Hello everyone, this is Tracy from Inspired Chi, and I am bringing you a message from a loved one. This is not something I typically do. However, yesterday was my brother in heaven's 50th birthday. He passed unexpectedly and very young, 8 months ago. So, in honor of his birthday, and I really was not able to do this yesterday, I would like to extend the offer for the message for a loved one to all of you. So it's not much different. We're going to choose pile 1, 2, or 3 and see where you feel the most drawn. Pile 1 is the rose quartz. Pile 2 is selenite. And pile 3 is celestine. Okay, so you could be attracted to the pile in the thumbnail. You could be attracted to the cards. Wherever you feel the most drawn is where your message is. Don't necessarily hone in on a specific person. Sometimes it's better if you get the message and then try and decide who that's from. However, if you really would like to focus in on a person before you do that, there really is no wrong way to receive your message. Okay? All right, so let's start with ones. Okay. So, message from Spirit, we're getting trust. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So, first message for pile 1 is to trust the process. There's definitely something outside your comfort zone that's coming in here. We'll see what else we can get. Ooh, powerful move. 15 if you are a numbers person. This is coming from the energy deck as well. So there's absolutely something that's either in the process or that's going to come up for you, and you're going to have a big decision to make, and it's going to take some bravery to move forward into the unknown, into something that you feel might be a little bit over your head, but you're being urged to do so. And we're going to pull some of these cards before we get the full message here. Get 2 of these to see if we can narrow that down for you and see maybe where the energy is working positively for you or going in the other direction. I mean, yesterday we did have a full moon in Virgo, and towards the end of the month we have the spring equinox, which I am working on those readings for you, or I will be soon. Okay, let's see. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely something you have your ancestors working with you to create this opportunity. Okay, it could be an opportunity that they would not have had here. There's some energy from a Native American background that could be a guide for you or somebody within your family. And then we have the dissipating energy, and this kind of talks about your solar plexus being something that you had always wanted to do or said that you would do if the opportunity came, but either through just the inertia of not getting the opportunity or falling prey to other things and obligations, you've been unable to do so. So it's kind of leaving a kind of like a funk in your solar plexus. You're definitely feeling like you've been in some kind of a stuck pattern, and that's going to move out for you. So messages from heaven: you are never alone. That beautiful lighthouse on the water, knowing that you're being guided every step of the way by loved ones who have crossed over to the other side, spirit guides, and your higher self, and anything else that you believe in, whether that's religion, spirituality. There's no wrong way to do this. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently, is your second message from heaven. Okay, so ones, I hope that was helpful for you. I'm going to move on to 2. And that would be the selenite. Okay. Message from Spirit, we're getting memories. Okay. Your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. Some of you may have been going through pictures recently, or something may come up into your path. So do not ignore the signs that you're getting. And, even though sometimes it's painful to look at pictures of someone who isn't here anymore, it can also be very healing to do that. The energy deck, we're getting imperfect harmony, and that's number 11. Okay, so what a beautiful energy that things are going to come down and start going your way, and that you are in alignment, that you are on the right path, if that was a question that you were having. And let's see, from the energy deck, we're going to flip a top and a bottom. Okay, all right, so two of the messages that we're getting here. This points to your root chakra. Oh, sorry for that. The root chakra energy. And this would be just feeling, you know, I'm safe, I have enough. But sometimes we get stuck in that rut that we were talking about for ones. In the fact that, you know, there is an energy of complacency around you. And life is short. Okay, so don't get too comfortable. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be in gratitude and appreciate your current circumstances. But you need to be able to grow, okay? So you're going to be moving forward a little bit. And another item here, and some of us have been hermiting for the winter, and this talks about your throat chakra as well as your third eye energy coming in here. This is talking about, you know, really not having gone in your closet to get some dressy clothes in a while, to go out and be seen, right? Because the text is hanging up in the closet, and yes, it's been cold. Maybe you've been going through some spiritual changes, kind of weeding out who is in your environment, not really sure what to do, but Spirit absolutely wants you to go out and be seen and enjoy life and really bring that joy back into the root, okay, to re-inspire. Messages from heaven. I send you loving signs through nature. We have dandelions and butterflies, so be on the lookout for those. And I am sorry, please forgive me. And I know when people that we love cross over, obviously everything they've ever done, we just want to forgive them and we miss them so much, but it's important that we also allow them to apologize for anything that they're atoning for where they are now. So to accept that apology, to acknowledge their growth, and just to, when you get those signs from Spirit, just acknowledge that your loved one, I see you, I got the message, I'm around, will go a long way with them being able to continuously send you messages and thoughts and different dreams like that, okay? There are no coincidences. Don't think it's because of your grieving that you are feeling that way or you're making these things up in your mind. Absolutely take your signs. Okay, 2s. Let's move on to 3s, and that is the Celestine, which is the angels love the Celestine stone. Plus, it's really beautiful. Just really shimmers. This one's kind of rough, but I like that energy of it, but okay. And 3s. Message from Spirit coming in. We're getting embrace the moment. I love this. We have sun, we have rainbows, beautiful energy here. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. Okay, and we were just talking about them too. Some of them are not really knowing where they belong, not really knowing who they want to spend time with, you know, especially if you've been clearing some energy, shifting and setting some boundaries that you have to set for the right people to leave your life and the right people to enter. Okay, and we also have broken open, so yes. So 3s, as awful as the experience of grief can be, or anything that you've been going through recently that has been quite traumatic, you know, absolutely channel that energy in. I'm not saying you have to be happy all the time. I'm not saying you don't have to grieve properly, but take that opportunity to journal, to, you know, find different creative outlets. You'd be really surprised when you go back to see your path of healing and, you know, what may have come from that, because when you're in that energy, it's almost a surreal experience. If you've ever gone from, and obviously most of you have at this point in time in your lives, depending on what religions you are and what ceremonies and traditions that you have spiritually, but that time between the acknowledgement of the person crossing over or that death and, you know, planning the funeral or ceremony or however that goes, it's like a period of time where it's just surreal. Like you're just kind of bobbling around in this space of sometimes you're crying, sometimes you're not. It doesn't really feel real yet. Okay, so some of you might still be in that energy, so it's really important that you allow yourself the grieving process. Okay, let's look at these cards before we flip to the messages from heaven. Ooh, right. Okay. Ooh, okay. So you're actually, again, right where you're supposed to be. Okay, part of your destiny is not just having that light energy, those good days where we feel at our very best and we're able to experience joy. Obviously, the hard times create a lot of lessons in spiritual growth. So, finding that balance, and not every bad day is a bad life, that's coming in for you. And then right in the sacral energy, we have self-worth. Okay, so if you've been really hard on yourself, especially internally, and not accepting or loving yourself properly and claiming what is rightfully yours, and stepping into your own light and your own power, let's definitely take a look at that and put some energy into the sacral and move past that, because again, grief is very heavy. Okay, and we have this definitely pointing to the sacrals on 3 with some work to be done. Now, also, Kara over at True Healing, Heather owns True Healing in Bensalem. Most of you are aware of that. I've seen some of you there. She has a grief meditation that she's doing on, I believe it is the 19th. That is just so important to have for healing, especially whether those wounds are fresh or they are from the past that you're connecting with. That might be a good way to recenter yourself and channel some of that energy creatively. Okay, my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt, is the first message from heaven coming through. And your final message is, it is beautiful where I am. So because of that, and also the fact that we are looking at your sacral, some of you may be experiencing a lot of guilt over how someone passed, or maybe if you hadn't seen them or spoken to them, and there's no need for any of that. Okay, so please let that go in your grieving process. And I'm sorry for everyone who has had loss, because it's every one of us. And I hope that this message brought you some peace, or that you enjoyed it. Let me know. Like, again, this is not something I normally do. And happy birthday, Frank.